Sandra,
That's right.
Sandra, I want to come to you on sort of on a more personal level, on the ground, if you will. What would you like to see change for people like you? What would you like to see the military's reaction in terms of an initial reporting process? What would you like to see change?
I think everything. I mean, I didn't report mine at all. I was still in country, and I had a job to do. I didn't have time to think about what was going on with me personally because I needed to finish my mission.
Do you feel like that's something that plays into it? Is that there's an expectation that because the situation is stressful to begin with, that perhaps a person could be taken advantage of in that way because you don't have time, as you said, to sort of deal with this stuff?
I don't want to speculate, and I don't want to,
Understood.
Everybody's different. Everybody handles war different. Everyone handles stress differently. So it's hard to say, but for me personally, I did not have time to deal with it. And I put it out of my mind for several years. It wasn't until 2007 where I actually admitted to myself, admitted to anyone else, that this is something that did happen to me. And everything just came flooding back. It was a self-preservation thing. Because after it all came out, I couldn't function as a person anymore.
Oh.
And it took me several years for me to get to where I am now. And, it's every day, it's a continuous struggle, having to deal with, and I mean, not only with the military sexual trauma, but just having been in combat and having to do and see the things that I had to do and see, so, but as far as change, I don't know. I mean, it's such a hard thing to come up with some kind of answer because there's not one answer.
Right.
And like Nancy was saying, I mean, it's up to the commander's discretion.
That's right. Command discretion, if I could say. I mean, Jennifer hit the nail on the head. We have to remove the authority from the chain of command for victim care, for investigation and prosecution, because command discretion a commander is penalized for reporting a rape happening under his watch. His career is in jeopardy. His or her career is in jeopardy, that is the solution. And on our protectourdefenders.com, we actually have a link where you can tell your member of Congress to support H.R. 3435, which is the STOP Act, to remove authority from the conventional chain of command in dealing with sexual violence within the military. Canada's done it. Australia's done it. England's done it. We need to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I know that in my old unit, we had an equal opportunity, basically advocate, and I was the NCO for that office, and we would always get reports from, other female soldiers and male soldiers, nothing like this, but, other like sexual harassment and things like that, and it's like they have you sit in a classroom, watch a PowerPoint, watch some videos about sexual harassment, sexual assault, and and it's a check mark on a box, basically, on a piece of paper, and so there's no education, and there's no training regarding that. But also, it's such a tough subject to talk about, regardless who you are, whether it's in the workplace or in the military or just everyday civilian life, that even if the discussion were to happen, I just don't know if people will understand unless they've been in that situation, unless they know somebody who's been through it. It's hard to say.